6,000 miles from the jungle of Venezuela, a young French climber prepares another death-defying challenge. Christophe Prophet, 23 years old, lives in the tiny village of Chamonix deep in the French Alps. On this day, he plans to climb to the top of the 11,000-foot face of the Small Drou, the smaller of the two peaks that make up the Drou Mountain. To arrive at his starting point, 8,000 feet above the valley floor, he takes the Montanvert city train, an alpine railroad, crowded this summer day with hikers and tourists, attracted by the scenic grandeur of this world-renowned valley, surrounded by massive peaks. For Christophe, this is not to be a simple hike in the mountain. An extremely experienced climber, Christophe lives only for climbing. Earning his living as a technical advisor to sports equipment manufacturers, he constantly strives to be the best free climber in the world, one who climbs without any technical equipment or support. Although the danger is exciting, he is extremely careful. A rather secret person, Christophe almost always climbs alone, never in competition with other climbers. He competes only with the mountain as he sets off with determination, attacking the slope by nearly running up its steep sides. His goal is to climb the upper 3,000 feet of the near vertical face of the Small Drou in just over 3 hours. As the sides of the mountain steepen, he removes his hiking boots and switches to more pliable rock climbing shoes. He stores his boots in a dry hollow behind a rock and will retrieve them on his way down. Bringing his feet back to life with a gentle massage, he contemplates what lies ahead. Finally, attaching a heart monitoring device to his chest, he is off. High above the valley floor, the mountain grows steeper. He must continue his fast pace, having allowed himself just over 6 hours to climb up and back down. He is well aware that being caught on the mountain at night without survival clothing or equipment would be disastrous. Now vertical, the mountain sides rise in a nearly unbroken rock face for thousands of feet. Here, Christophe must change his climbing tactics. No longer able to climb quickly up the sloping face, he must wedge his hands and feet into the vertical cracks that run down between the massive rock faces. He has been blessed with a near-perfect day, with almost no wind and a warm sun. He knows from experience that the mountains survive as barriers to the moisture-laden winds that sweep through the Alps, and that the weather can change quickly to freezing rain or snow in a matter of hours. Arriving at a small ledge, he contemplates the remaining distance to the top. He decides to stop, rest, and clear his thoughts before traveling on. From here, he has a perfect view of the Alps, stretching out to the east across Switzerland and Austria, and to the south across France. Despite the warm sun, he knows that as he climbs higher, the temperature will drop and the cold winds will sap his strength. Continuing the climb, he is confronted again with another long section of vertical face and must continue to wedge his way upwards by placing his hands deep into the cracks. Without safety ropes, he is totally alone, and one slip will end with a fall of thousands of feet. Climbing ever higher, along the large crack in the mountain face, he is suddenly stopped. The crack is too narrow for a secure handhold, and he must reverse his direction and seek a new route. Dropping down a few hundred feet, he is able to move sideways and attack a new crack in the rock face. Again, his way is momentarily blocked by a small overhang, but he is able to work around it. Unseen from below, the mountain's face is broken by a narrow ledge. He can rest here momentarily, but will the ledge provide a new route to the top? Early in the afternoon, clouds begin to drift in over the area. On the ledge, Christoph takes his second long rest. Knowing that the sun will soon begin to set and that the temperature will drop, he is now forced to put on his heavy jacket. Although the sun is still shining directly onto this side of the mountain, the snow from last winter's storms still clings to the rock face. Again, he must be extremely careful, for the snow is soft and meltwater runs out from under the surface. Christoph, without ice axe or crampons, digs his bare hands deep into the snow for security against falling, but it is cold going. Finally, he comes upon a broad ledge just below the peak. It is too good to believe. He is nearly finished, with only a short climb now to the top. And then it is over. He has been able to climb this grand peak in a matter of hours, when just a few years ago, using conventional climbing equipment, it took 2 days to attain the top. Here, standing alone, he looks down across the valleys and crests of the Alps. It is a very special moment. Alone, Christoph Prophet finds himself in the company of a small band of special climbers. Those few who are able to challenge a massive vertical wall and to ascend with speed, courage, and daring. Christoph is well aware of his experience, strength, and skill, and although he climbs quickly, he always climbs with care. But his day is not yet over. As the sun drops lower in the sky, the mists and clouds appear and the temperature on the mountaintop falls. Although cold, he strips off his wet undershirt, removes the sensors monitoring his heart, and puts on a warm, dry shirt. The clouds sail in and blot out the sun and cover the entire mountain. Now lightning, thunder, and rain fill the sky. In the valley below, it is raining, but here in the mountain heights, a heavy snow is quickly covering the ground and adds to the danger of his descent. Unprepared for overnight survival, he must escape from the mountain as quickly as he can. Late at night, he returns to his home. His descent from the mountaintop has taken over 3 hours. It has been a long but successful day, and the walk from the railroad station to his house in the rain does not spoil the satisfaction of having scaled an unforgiving peak alone. Men and women find that they must adapt to a cooperative and more submissive lifestyle than possibly fits their individual personalities. But there are free spirits that set out on their own for some distant goal and follow a road stripped of the protective devices afforded by working in a more secure environment. Two such free spirits are Michel Mennen and Christoph Prophet. Alone, they face a world of their own choosing, earning an uncertain living and accepting the hardships of their professions. Alone, they are free to follow their own secret paths, wherever they might lead. But such men may not be so rare, for all of us hear some distant call and yearn to strike out for a new horizon, even if it is only played out in our fantasy. Since most of us share this longing for adventure and freedom, we are in debt to those who are able to leave the secure world and tell us of their journey upon their return.